Welcome to Traders Academy online courses. This is lesson 4 of bonds and fixed income trading for TWS. This lesson will address order entry for bonds and help you understand some of the differences between regular order entry for stocks and any other items you may need to be aware of. My Mosaic panels are color linked using these green chains. If I click on one of the bonds on my monitor page, as usual, the chart will populate. Seasoned bond traders will be aware that many bonds trade irregularly, which is why bar or candle charts over a longer period might not look so good. Use the chart parameters icon or find it under the edit drop-down menu to edit the display. You may want to consider setting the view to line from the chart time period drop-down menu for whatever period you wish to see. You should also see the available settings from the What to Show menu. Here you can select from various yield settings. I will choose Bid-Ask Yield and click Apply and OK at the bottom of the menu. The order entry panel has also populated with the bond I clicked on. Again, because my panels are chain linked. Let's discuss the items on display when the bond is loaded in the order entry panel. You will see in the ticker input field the description of the bond, including bond type, coupon, maturity date, and IBCID. If you want to locate another recently used ticker, click on the drop-down arrow to the right of the input field and click on it if you wish. Below, you can see buy and sell buttons. You must select one of these before an order can be submitted. I will click the buy button. This makes the background change from black to blue. You can also see that if I click on the sell button, the background changes from black to red. The default quote display shows the best bid price to the left and the best ask price to the right. The price display also shows the yield associated with the bid and ask prices. If I hover the mouse over the bid, price and yield display, a pop-up description will display populated with information about the NBBO and bid-ask definitions. At the top of the box you will see a yield calculation using the current bid price and the dollar amount of the current bid. You can add columns for bid size and ask size to your monitor, as you learned in an earlier lesson. You will also see that this display is using the net price and so includes associated exchange fees. Remember that you can use raw or net pricing in your display, and this can be configured from global configuration from the display and ticker row menus. Hovering the mouse above the Ask Display quote will show you a similar image, except this time the yield is derived using the current asking price and dollar size of the best offered amount. Immediately below the quote display is a price slider. Here, users may slide the mouse and the quote display will show a single price point in the event that you wish to choose a price relative to the bid or the ask, either above or below. If I hover the cursor above the word mid on the price slider, the display will automatically calculate and display that price instead. In the upper right corner of the order entry panel, you will see summary data displaying the last traded price of the bond and its current yield based upon the midpoint of the live quote. With the order panel set to buy, let's look at the quantity field. Typically, bonds can be bought and sold in minimum increments of $1,000. So when you load any bond, you should see the quantity field display $1,000. However, some bonds are issued with statutory minimums greater than $1,000. If that is the case, the quantity field will reflect the higher minimum, and if you click that input field, you will not be able to choose a smaller amount than the hard-coded value. There may be other occasions when you may not be able to trade your chosen amount due to market minimums. It may help your understanding if I display the level 2 market depth window from the blue New Window button listed under Quotes. I'll use the push pin to keep this on top as I explain. For example, to the left are bids at each price level and the quantity column specifies how much the bid is good for. To the right are best offers, which again list the volume available for sale. On either side, you can see the value for the minimum trade size. This should help explain to you why, if you're trying to buy $1,000 worth of a specific bond with a market order, your order might not fill because the only seller at that time and price is offering a minimum bond amount greater than what you want to buy. Selling short. You can buy or sell using TWS using the minimums we just discussed. However, should you wish to sell short a bond, due to market practice and regulations, the minimum order size is $100,000. and the minimum increment is $25,000. Most orders for bonds tend to be done as market orders. However, you are free to set limit prices, and if you are displaying net pricing in the quote display, you can see the spread of the yield for the bond you are trading. Choose the amount you wish to trade from the quantity field. Use the order type input field to select a limit or market. If you are using a limit order, use either the price slider above or the price input field to select your price. Note that the display highlights ask, midpoint and bid orders and all prices in between. Click to select, or you may type in this field too. Select day or GTC from the time in force input field to the right. You are now ready to submit your order. You may create an order preview ticket by also clicking the submit button to the right. From here, you can verify the details of the trade as well as the estimated commission charged by Interactive Brokers. The commission may be displayed as a range because it could execute on one of several electronic exchange venues. You can also see the estimated impact on your available margin should the trade execute. When you're comfortable with the order details, use the transmit button to enter the trade. Live trades resting on an exchange are displayed in the activity panel below on the orders tab. Under the quantity column on this tab, you can see the current value executed as a proportion of the entire trade. The fill price will calculate and display should the order fill. The grey action button can be clicked if you wish to request cancellation of your order. If you later decide to make changes to the price or other details of your order, you can do so from this panel. Click on the order row and this will turn the background brown. In this example, I will click on the price field and change the limit price. The action button has turned from grey to yellow. When you are ready with your changes, click the update button to reinstate the remaining portion of your order with updated details. This concludes lesson 4 in this online trading course for bond and fixed income trading for TWS. You should now be capable of entering bond orders and tailoring the price and quantity inputs to your chosen values. You should have an understanding of market and statutory minimums that you may encounter across different bond issues. Coming up is a short quiz to help reinforce the material taught in this lesson. You should now be familiar with fixed income products available in TWS, and you should be comfortable with configuring your Mosaic display to show important bond details. You learned how to locate yield as well as price display in TWS. We also explained how to scan the available universe of bonds in order for you to identify and locate debt products that match your specific criteria. Following the last quiz, you will have a chance to take the final exam in this course.